Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am sitting at my crafting station. While I am waiting for a video to upload, I am going to make a few beads because I don't have a lot of beads made for my auctions this month. There won't be too many lots, but I wanted to show you that when I was in Memphis with Skylar, we made some homemade paint and she absolutely loved making the paint. I think we'll be making some more when she's here. She likes making the paint. She didn't really care to use it. She was just all consumed with making it, and I was doing the painting. I painted while I was there with her, let everything dry, took everything home with me, and I'm going to cut the paper into triangles to make beads. But what the paint was very easy. It's shaving cream and white glue, like equal parts, and you can dye it with either a couple drops of food coloring or paints. We picked up a set of paints at Dollar Tree, so those are probably just like poster paints type things, and she colored some of her paint with food coloring and some with paints, and I just got her some ice cube trays, so she would just put some shaving cream in one of the ice cube holes and squirt some glue in there and stain it with paint or food coloring and stir it, and she just had so much fun doing that. So it makes a puffy paint if you put it on thick, or you could put it like in a squeeze bottle, a little squeeze bottle, and squeeze it out, and if you let it dry like that, it stays puffy. What I did was just paint and make it flat. So let me just show you some of the pages, and I just want to give you guys ideas that if you want to make paper beads. I gotta put my crafting glasses on. Not my funkified ones. I love my funkified ones. Did you see that? I'll put a link at the end of this video in the end screen. Yeah, I just want to show you guys, you don't have to be an artist to decorate paper for beads. I just did all kinds of things. Now this one is, and since there's glue in there, it makes it glossy kind of. So this is just designed like this. This is actually like, printer paper, but it was blue, but it's not cardstock. So I have this and this, just stripes. I don't know if I did this one or Skylar. I think Skylar did this one. And, I'll just cut triangles in this direction. And when you roll that, it just comes out really cool. When I do make the beads, I always try to remember to take a picture of the paper first. Another one of stripes. And I try to put that picture in the listing. Kind of rainbowish-y, with a stain here somewhere in the center. This one's just pink, but you see the darker pink lines? Now I would cut this one in this direction, or maybe the other direction. I don't know, haven't decided yet. And now you would think this one's just a mess, but believe it or not, that might make some pretty cool beads. That's the fun part for me, is just cutting it and trying it. This. Now this one's just a blue heart. So if I cut the beads this way, some beads will be purple with some blue in the center. The ones that are just purple will be just purple. And this one is cardstock, so it's going to be a little bit harder to roll, but I just thought that came out so cool. It's on yellow paper, and that's just made with the paints that Skylar made with shaving cream and glue. And I did that one. I'm going to take one of these pages right now and cut it and make some beads with you. And let's go ahead and use this one because I'm very curious to see how it's going to turn out. I'm going to be cutting some triangles lengthwise. I want to get some of the blue and some of the pink in each bead. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's make them inch-wide beads. To make an inch-wide tapered bead, what I do is I take my paper and I make a mark at an inch. I put that where the cutting blade is going to be. Then the other end, you just put it right like to a point. Now I do the same thing here. This is going to be my wide end at an inch. I put that there. Doesn't matter if you cut with the paper up or down. And I go off to a point. I marked it already. I mark it. So I'm going to stop for a second because I heard my computer. That means I'm to the next step of uploading. I really need to sit with you guys more and do some bead videos. I can show you some different beads that I make. Okay, let's see. What do I want to roll these on? This paintbrush. Now, for those of you who do make the tapered beads with the long triangle, I always trim the end of my triangle and cut it like straight for a little ways so that the bead doesn't have thin edges sticking out. If you make beads, you know what I mean. Usually when you start to roll them, if you have a triangle, let me show you on another piece that I haven't cut. Like I haven't trimmed this one, so when you start rolling it, you have some little edges that stick out like that. And that part of the bead is weaker because it's just sticking out all by its lonesome. You see these little scraps? I have actually made beads out of that. Now that's sick. That's when you know you need medication. So by just trimming and making this part about 2 inches straight, you don't have that little part sticking out. And because the paper is tapered, it lets the other colors show through. See, we're getting to that dark, whatever it is, purple or something, and now it's getting lighter again, and we should end with a little bit of pink. Here's a little bit of pink. All right, just gonna put a little bit of glue there. Dripping. And you can coat the whole bead with glue if you want, but I will be glazing it after with Mod Podge. And that's what we have. And I think it's really pretty. I like the darkness of it with that little hint of pink. It really looks marbled. Very cool. I'm putting it on my new handy dandy bead holder, which is a styrofoam thingy with toothpicks in it, which is an upgrade from my plate that I've been using for a couple of years. And yes, it was in the trash. And it sat in the trash for like 3 days, and then I couldn't do it. I couldn't throw it away. So I pulled it back out because that's how I am. I cannot throw things away. I have developed an emotional attachment to that pie plate. I don't know. That one's pretty too. Very nice. Some of these beads will be going up for auction. And you don't have to worry about the type of paint that was used because, like I said, these are all getting glazed with Mod Podge anyway, so they will be sealed. And you can win beads that Skylar helped make by making the paint. Well, actually, she actually painted this paper, so this particular set will be Skylar's design. And then when I was cutting, I had 2 that were skinny, like this, and then one that is wide on both ends. Those will go for the lot of 100 beads. I just have a jar that I fill up and then I count 100 beads out when it's auction time, and I make a lot of 100. And those are just the odds and ends. I am able to throw these away now. I have graduated to the point of being able to toss out a scrap of paper and not lose sleep over it. But I will admit that there are times that I have tossed paper away in my recycled little bucket that I have here. And then I pick them back out. Just weird. I'm a weirdo. So I just thought I'd make a few of these with you guys. Like I said, I've got some other designs that I've been doing. One that I think I kind of made up. I always say kind of because there's always somebody else who has the same idea at some point. We'll do one more together. The video that I'm uploading right before this one The one that I'm waiting on, it is an Upcycled Fashion. So if you haven't seen it, go look for it. So these are the 5 that I just made. Do like very much. And I love that Skylar had a hand in making these. I will definitely be having her make different kinds of paint when she's here this summer, and also paint the paper for me, and it'll be fun. All right, look, I'm gonna throw them away. I'm so proud of myself, aren't you? But let me just show you these scraps. When I cut paper, sometimes there's like a piece left over, and I save all these to make beads. And look at, I even saved this one, even though it's all curly. Okay, whatever. That is it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye! Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me make some more beads. I do have some cool designs that I'd like to show you guys. I wouldn't have to make many, just a couple, just to show you. And please subscribe if you haven't yet, because I said so.